One of those very important things for you to hide over the internet is your IP address, especially your private IP address. But sometimes what you see over the internet is not all about the internet. There is that part of the internet which is called the dark web. And the dark web is where hackers exfiltrate data and dump or sell, or where hackers sell maybe credit card information and other information. Now, in this tutorial today, I would like to walk you through on how you can gain access to the dark web, or how you can anonymize yourself online by using a tool known as TorNet. TorNet is very important for you to anonymize or to hide your activities online before getting access to the dark web, or before getting access to other parts of the internet which you may want to confuse the attacker. So for us to do this, what I'm going to do is that in front of you here, you can see that this is my Ubuntu operating system. I am going to come to my terminal here and I'm going to click on it, and here we have our terminal. The first thing I am going to do is that I want us to look at my present public IP address. And what is our IP address, or what are we going to do? We're going to do dnsleaktest.com. dnsleaktest.com. You can see it here in my search bar, and then I'm going to click enter, and then we are going to see our IP address. This is my public IP address, and it shows that I am in Tokyo, Japan. Now, take note, this is where I am found, in Tokyo, Japan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this Mozilla, and then we are going to start with our tutorial. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure that you update your packages by doing sudo apt update, which I had already done before starting this tutorial, and you hit enter, and then it is going to upgrade your packages. You can add a -y to accept every upgrade which you want, and then you hit enter, and you are going to upgrade your packages. After doing that, now the next thing you want to do is you want to install Tor. Now you are going to do sudo apt install, and you type Tor, Tor, and then you hit enter. I have this already installed, if I have not mistaken, and then you give it, and then you will see that it's installing, or it is reading and installing packages, and you see that it takes a very short time because Tor is already installed, and you can see the results here. Now the next thing that you are supposed to do, or we are going to do, is that we are going to try to see the status of Tor. We want to see if it is active or if it is inactive. So I'm going to do sudo systemctl, and then I say status Tor, and I hit enter, and you can see that Tor is active here. So what I'm going to do is that it shows that you type N. I'll type N, or I'll do a board by doing Control C to go back to my terminal. And then what I am going to do is, if in your case, if Tor is not active, or is not activated, how are you going to do, or what are you going to do? You're going to do sudo systemctl, and you come here and you say start Tor, and then when you do this, you go back again and you check the status, and you see that you have the same results like we have here. So let me abort again, and then I'm going to clear my screen, and then we proceed. Now after having checked the status of Tor, the next thing we want to consider doing is that we want to install the Python dependencies. We want to install Python 3, because if you don't install Python 3, you are not going to succeed, because Tor works with Python. So what you're going to do is sudo apt install, and then you give it Python 3-pip. Now, and you hit enter. But I already have this installed already in my operating system. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is, since I already have my Python already installed, I am going to cancel this. And then the next thing that you want to consider now doing is that you want to go to your browser, we want to go to our browser, but before we go to our browser, let us install TorNet. Now that we have Python, we have Tor activated, or Tor is active and running. Now what we want to do is, the tool we want to use is called TorNet, like this. TorNet written like this. So how do you install this tool? For you to install this tool, you do pip or sudo pip. You could just do pip install TorNet, and then you hit enter, and then let's observe and see what happens. It says that there is a problem, and it says if you believe this is a mistake with all of this, I don't want to be reading all of this, but it says if you believe that this is a mistake, please contact Python installation or operating or OS distribution provider. And then it says, it ends here by saying that if you want to bypass this, you can do or break system packages. Actually, I knew that this was going to happen, but I just wanted to show you that this is what you can do, and that if you hit this type of problem, this is what you are going to do. So I'm going to take back that command, and then I'm going to add -- break, which I will just come here and copy it. Come here and copy, and then I'm going to come here and paste it. Let me clear my screen, please. Clear my screen, and then bring back that command, and then I paste my command there. There were 2 dashes behind here, and I hit enter. So I'm going to wait for it to do its thing. Now it's going to install everything for us. It says defaulting to user installation because normal site packages is not writable. So let us wait for it to finish doing its thing, and then we are going to proceed. So you have to give it some time. It says successfully installed PySox and every other information, and you can even see the version of Tor here. For us to prove that we have installed Tor, or TorNet, you can say TorNet -- version. You hit enter, and then you wait for it. You can see that this is the same version, and this is the result here, meaning that TorNet has been installed. I am going to clear my screen again, and then now the next thing is we want to see how we can use TorNet to anonymize ourselves over the internet. So I'm going to do TorNet -- help. I hope I'm correct. And now you can now see the various flags in which we can use to anonymize or to hide our IP address online, or to continuously change our IP address. So when you look here, it says interval, time in seconds between IP changes. That is orange like 30 to 120. Now what is this saying? This 30 here means 30 seconds. And then if you want your IP address to continuously change every 30 seconds, you are going to give it a 30. If you want your IP address to continuously change after every minute, you are going to give it an interval of 60. As you can see down here, like I just typed here. And if you want to give changes in your IP address of 1 minute, you are going to give it 120, or 2 minutes, sorry, because 60 seconds is 1 minute, 120 is 2 minutes, and so on and so forth. That is the first command that we are seeing, interval. And then the second command is count, and it says number of times to change the IP address. Example, if 0, change IP address indefinitely. What does this mean? This means that if I give -- count and I give it a 0, it means that I am telling Tor that please, I want you to continuously change my IP addresses online indefinitely, so far as I stay online, or as I want to stay anonymized or hide my activities online. So that is basically what all of that is doing. And if you want to record or log this information, this is what you use, the log command here. And there are other flags: change IP address only once, give the status or show current status, and every other information. So but we are going to concentrate on this count and interval. So I'm going to come down here, and what I'm going to do is that I am going to say TorNet. You can use sudo -- interval, And then let us give it maybe 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And then I give it hyphen again, 2 hyphens, and I give it a count, and I give it 0. Now, what does this command mean? What does this command mean? It means I am telling TorNet that in every interval of 2 seconds, change my IP address indefinitely. Indefinitely. Before I hit enter here, I am first of all going to come to my browser. And what I am going to do is that I am going to come to the settings, because I need to configure my browser in a way that the proxy or the source host or the proxy is able to connect with TorNet. So I'm going to come to the 3 dots here, or these 3 lines here at the top right hand side, and I'm going to click on it. When I click on it, I am going to navigate to where I have settings. I click on settings, and then I wait for it to load. So let us give it some time to load. I think my connection is a little bit slow, and then we have it here. Now what you want to do here is that you need to navigate right down to where you have settings again. Now this is settings here. What am I going to do? I'm going to click on settings, and when you click on settings, now you have this dialog box here, and now you can see that use system proxy settings is highlighted. What you want to do is, we don't want to do that. We want to manually configure our browser. So I am going to come to manual proxy, and I'm going to click on it, and then you will see that it activates HTTP proxy and all of that. Now we don't have much use of this. What we want to do is that we want to check the source host and the port number, which have already been given to us. And in your case, if you don't have this, you can as well use it. So you have 127.0.0.1, and then this is a port number 90 and 50. And then you want to navigate down to see if the DNS proxy is also highlighted. And now it is highlighted. If in your case it's not highlighted, you need to highlight it, and then you click on OK. Now that I've done this, it means that my browser is ready to carry out the job that TorNet is going to authorize it to do. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to minimize my browser, and I'm going to come here now to where I have my connection and intervals, and I'm going to hit enter. Now when I hit enter, you will see that TorNet is now launched, and you can see how beautiful it looks. And it says that Tor servicing started. Please wait for Tor to establish connection and anonymity and all of that. So what we'll consider doing is that, now let me first of all come here. What I want to do is to see if Tor is actually connected. So I am going to come to my browser, and what I am going to do is that I am going to do Tor or check Tor project, check Tor project.org, check torproject.org. Let's see the results, and you can see the results. It tells us that congratulations, this browser is configured to use Tor. My dear friend, you are now ready to access the internet. You are now ready to go to anywhere over the internet, whether you are going to the dark web, but you are not going to be traced by any malicious actor, or your IP address is going to continuously change. Now let me minimize this, and then we go down here, and you can see that our IP address is continuously changing after every 2 minutes, because we give it 2 minutes. Look at the IP address here. This is the current IP address. Now after every 2 minutes it changes. Now let me do something. I am going to minimize my browser, or take it to the left or the right side, and then what I'm going to do is that I want that you should look at what is happening here. Let me bring back the browser. What I'm going to do is that you should take note of this IP address. Now if I refresh this IP address like this, look, it changes there, and then you see that this is the same IP address here, same as the one which we have here. So this is how you can stay hidden over the internet without your IP address being tracked, and with your IP address constantly changing. Take note that this tutorial is only for educational purposes. Do not hack sites that you have not been permitted to, and make sure that you stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Panakengio, and I am a certified ethical hacker. Bye bye.